Hey everyone, my name's Plus and I just wanted to show you what it looks like for bookbinding. I have been a fan of There Are Monsters Nearby for quite a while now, and I finally got around to binding it into a hardback book. So here's my process. It needed to be pressed and I don't have a book press, so I just used the weight of two full tubs and it worked pretty well. Left it overnight, and then here I am marking all of the holes that I need to stitch the signatures together. The first part was me folding all of the signatures. And here's the sewing. The sewing took me maybe 3 hours, I think. It might have been more, I can't really remember, but it was really nice to just watch a YouTube video or a movie while sewing, and I think it went pretty well. They stayed together better than I thought, and they opened flat, which I am surprised about. Yeah. So I did 2 books for this long fic because one of them would have been maybe 3 inches, 4 inches wide, and that's a bit too wide for a hand-bound book, in my opinion. So I split it up into 2 parts according to Lock and Key's suggestion. They said that if we split it at the beginning of arc 3, so the second part begins at arc 3, then that would be a good middle area, and it was, turns out. So here's my up close stitching and more pressing. This one is the second part. So just the same thing again, punching all the holes, sewing all the signatures. Don't do what I did. Make sure that you have a blank white page at the top or the very beginning of your signatures instead of your title page, because that is the page that gets glued to the cover. So I had to add an extra page at both ends because I had forgotten that. Yeah, each book or each part took me about 3 or 4 hours to sew. I hope it wasn't longer. That would be kind of crazy. But yeah. And then here's me just showing you what the real speed of my sewing a signature on is. Yeah, it's not as fast as the time lapse shows you, which is, you know, kind of crazy. I think what binding style I'm using is called the chain stitch. I'm not entirely sure. I go in one side, go out the next hole, and then I loop around the stitch from the signature below. Oh, I sped it up here. Loop around the stitch from the signature below, get the thread caught so many times, so many knots. I had to untangle everything for so many times. But then go back in the same hole after looping it through the bottom signature, and then out the next one, same deal, out, loop through, back in the same, in, you know, just keeps going. So many knots. But I survived. It was okay. And it sped up some more. So I'm going to leave you to watch the sewing for a bit. I will be back soon. Alright, I'm back. So there is the finished stitching, and here's the first coat of glue that I put on it. I'm using craft tacky glue because that is the thing that I could find in the short amount of time that I did this. I did this process over 4 or 5 days. I can't quite remember. But each time I had to stop was because the glue needed to dry for 12 to 24 hours. So did not stop by choice, but you know. Yeah, so I don't have any fancy tools, just use my fingers, work the glue in. I think one thing that I would change next time I do this is somehow the glue made the pages kind of wrinkly, and I'm not sure if that's because I didn't pay attention to the short grain and the long grain of the paper, or because the glue was just too wet. But yeah, I'm not sure how to fix that, so if you guys have any ideas, let me know. but I just spread out the glue with my finger and let it dry overnight. I do 2 layers of glue, so when this one's dry, I will put another coat on, just for sanity's sake, I guess. Here I am cutting out the board for the spines, it looks like. I just used some clipboards that I cut, and it worked really well, which I am surprised about, but okay, so don't do what I do. This is a part that I messed up. Do this first part, it's right. Measure out the spine, cut it to the size, make sure you have 2 flaps even on each side. Here's where I messed up though. Flip this part over before you put on the cover pages. This caused my book to not open all the way, so it just, you know, stays open in a nice little oblique angle. Here is the fabric for the book covers. I'm taking a bit of interfacing, iron-on interfacing, and making it so that the book fabric is thick enough or stiff enough to be able to handle, you know, book use. But I glued on spine first, then the covers, and then I fold over the flaps. I did this for both books. I think the next part is not showing you that because I don't think I recorded it, but this is part 2's cover, and then I put them in the text block in the cover just to show you what it looks like, and then here's me gluing it to the text block. This part was really scary. I was really hoping that I didn't make it angled or anything, make sure it was even, but I did pretty okay. It was just a little bit at an angle, but I'm pretty sure that was just because of my binding. So yeah, and then I left this to dry for 24 hours. It was agony to wait. Oh my goodness, I just wish I could have opened it and read it right there because it was so cool. And here's after it dried. Yep. I didn't show you any of my text block process because I didn't really think about it. I kind of just did this on a whim and then decided to record the making of it. So if you want my text block, I can link to it in the description. Please be warned that this fic is not safe for work. just so you're ready for that. And then here are the dust jackets that I made using the art of Locke, one of the authors of the fic. They have wonderful art. You should go check them out. I will link to their both their shared Tumblr and their separate Tumblrs in the description. But here is the dust jacket. I am so proud of this. And then the little blurb on the back. I'll also link to the fic in the description. I guess I should also say it is hermit shipping, so just be aware of that. And then there's the inside cover flap. Sorry it's sideways, but can't really fix that, so. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave you to look at my dust covers, because here comes the second part. so that's that. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much, Lock and Key, for letting me do this. And thank you to all of the people in the Discord that hyped me up the entire time. I don't think I would have finished it if you guys hadn't hyped me up. But I hope you enjoy this, and yeah, thank you guys so much.